Good evening, everybody. My name is Raymond Stavola, and in my world, I don't care what you've done. It's what have you done lately. So I want to thank you again for joining me for another episode. Again, salud. I'm really not an internet guy, so the continued support I'm getting with every episode, I appreciate it. I appreciate the good feedback, bad feedback, and just know I'm out here to just give you the best content I can. Got to give a big shout out to Olde City Sports Network. Without this is not possible. Jesse and his team for the last 8 years have been killing it. So thank you for that. Also want to thank Chickies and Pete's for their sponsorship. We'll be doing a live show there on Black Friday, 12 o'clock, Drexel Hill. Eagles starting at 3, Flyers are on at 4. There's going to be a couple of us out there, giving it our all, talking our shit. So I hope everyone can make it and get some garlic mussels, some beer, crab fries. Be a good time. Tonight we're going to talk Union, Flyers, Sixers, Eagles. And I'm going to end it on the NBA arrest. I don't know if you guys have heard of it with the Mafia. Chauncey Billups got in there, Rozier. And just explain how it's not going nowhere. It's always been there. And unfortunately, somebody doesn't know how to gamble and snitched on them. And that's their problem. So we also got a couple independent sponsors here. Our next segment. Let me get this up here, guys. Is by Insured Delco. They're a trusted independent insurance agency in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. Jeffrey Brand and his team committed to not just writing your policy, but making long-lasting relationships. Just give him a call for a quote. He'll hook you up. Just tell him Ray sent you, and see what happens. So the MLS playoffs. I don't know if y'all see. Yeah, they're in the playoffs. They're going to be starting October 26th, 5:30 p.m. Now, the way the MLS works is a best of 3. So, since we have top seed, we'll be home the first and third game. Second game will be in Chicago. And during the regular season, which is annoying, and I'm going to get into this next segment, but I don't like the fact that games can end in ties. I think it's a participation trophy. I think you either win or you lose. That's just my opinion. But with the MLS, after the 90 minutes are up, you go right into the penalty kick. So, no matter what, you're going to get a winner. I'm hoping we just knock them out the first 2 and on to the next one. The games are definitely separated. They're not back-to-back because, again, these guys are running 90 minutes nonstop. These guys are athletes. So the next game I'll make sure to drop when it will be. But one thing I want to talk about is when I started doing this internet shit, people were like, there's going to be haters out there. They're not going to like this, that. And I'm okay. I could take that. But one person, and I'm not going to say their name because I think that it was just like a hot take or whatever. They wrote that people don't like soccer because it's for pussies. It's a pussy sport. So I don't understand that statement. So if we're going to talk about sports, we're going to talk about competition. That's what sports is. It's a competitive between two teams to see who wins. The same person that say it's a pussy sport watches baseball probably. Baseball, I mean, I like baseball. I mean, are the people knocking each other the fuck out? No. So when people say that as an argument why they don't like soccer, I think it's bullshit, honestly. If you watch a soccer game, these guys are putting their bodies through so much. For 45 straight minutes, no commercials, no timeouts. If there's an injury, yeah, they'll stop for a little bit, add extra time. But these guys are giving it their all. I just don't understand that statement. Yes, I do think there's a flopping issue, but there's a flopping issue in every single sport. It is annoying. It's definitely not something I like, but it's a part of it. For me, it does not take away the other moments of greatness that happen during a game. Another question was that, how do we get more exposure for the Philadelphia Union? So my stance is this. They're on Apple TV, period. You're on Apple TV. People don't want to go on Apple TV and watch it. It's not like it used to be on PHL 17. When it was on PHL 17, you could just put it on. Now you got to do this. You got to do that. See, I'm one of the suckers that still pays for cable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do that. And if you're a season ticket holder, which I was for many years, they will give you an Apple TV subscription for free. That's great. But they're already targeting an audience that's going to watch them no matter what. You're not targeting new people. And an individual stated that it was a great idea. Maybe some local bars should actually start having union, like get behind them. And I agree with that. But the only thing is the Sons of Ben do such a great tailgate. If I had a chance to go to a local bar or go to the Sons of Ben tailgate, I'm going to the Sons of Ben tailgate. You guys kill it, man. I've had so much time there. Like, you guys do a good thing. I don't know who the organizers are or anything like that, but if you were watching this, big ups to you guys. You guys been killing it for years. I was actually in the parking lot before you guys moved over. And then my last year, you guys were in that part. So it was perfect. I could go to Sons of Ben, go to tailgate, get out of there. So, big ups to you guys. But you're right. I think some bars should do it. But it starts somewhere. A bar's just not going to do it if they don't think people are going to come in there. So if somebody has any ideas or a local bar that would like to do that, because again, I think right now is an opportunity for the union to jump on. And I think it'd be a great moment right now. Like I said, I'm backing these boys. I mean, I understand we're the supporter shield. I've said this before again. It's a very hard thing that they did. To have the most points overall throughout every single team, including the overseas players that they have to go against on the regular. I mean, big ups to you guys, man. Like, for real. If no one else gives you your kudos, man, fucking good shit. But I think that, it's still uphill battle. And I just want to see them take advantage of this. I believe if they actually can take it and do what they got to do this year and bring home that trophy, I think it's going to open up a lot of eyes. It sucked, too, because, I'm a big WIP listener. And, there was a caller called up and they started talking about the union. And, I know the host was just joking. And he's like, I hear people changing the station now as they're talking. Instead of saying some slick shit like that, why don't you just ride with a team? Okay, it's not an easy market. You understand it's not easy. See, look, you talk about Eagles, you talk about Phillies, you talk about the main sport. Yeah, you're not going to have to make someone pick up the phone and call you because you're going to say some shit and people are going to say something. Put some effort out and try to get backing behind a team that's local. You're not going to lose anybody. And if you do it 15 minutes and maybe a 5-hour show. You're really going to think you're going to lose a listener over that? No, you might actually gain a couple of losers because the ones that's going to turn off, they're going to turn back on. But if you start talking about a sport that you don't really talk about, you might get a listener here, 2 listeners the next day. And if you do it a committed time, maybe you might get more viewers. No, it's just my situation on it. Union kick ass. I hope you all win. Just know I'm rooting for y'all. All right. So let's go into the next one here. Is anybody hyped for the Sixers this year? I mean, I really wasn't, to be honest with you. But before we get into it, this segment is going to be sponsored by DeLaw Acquisitions. They've been buying renovated houses across the country. Bobby and Kev been killing it, man. Busting their asses for years, turning dreams into reality. One deal at a time. All cash offers, no bullshit. You got a house you want to get rid of, call these guys up, man. They're going to take care of you. They're going to take care of you fast, too. Just tell them Ray sent you. And again, the Sixers organization, I believe they stopped caring about their fans to an extent. I remember when Ben Simmons, was here. And again, I believe the whole process situation, it got overblown. Trust the process, trust the process, Again, another organization in the city of Philadelphia taking advantage of their fans to just trust the process. It got to a point for season tickets, right? You had to pay money to be on a fucking waiting list. Think about that. You had to pay money to even have the opportunity to buy a ticket. And I'm sitting here, I'm getting text messages from the Sixers saying, hey, opening night's coming up, buy tickets. You fell off that crazy. You fell off that much because of the bad decisions you made. We should have never got rid of Jimmy Butler. We kept Jimmy Butler on that team years ago. We would not. He took the Heat to 2 championships. Did he win? No, but he's a dog, man. And I understand he's older now, but he was killing it. He gave us life. And Embiid played hard. He made everybody on that team play harder. And now we're stuck with Paul George and Embiid that plays every other day. And I want to just say this. Embiid, I think you're a great player. Again, I don't say this anything personally. It's just me talking here. Paul George, huge fan when he was on the Pacers. I was a big fan of yours, man. Unfortunate injury you had. I don't know if anybody ever seen it. Paul George, he probably, he landed on a play. He's probably done thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of times. And his bone came out of his leg. It was crazy. It's an unfortunate incident. It was actually horrific to see. And I'm actually glad he's able to play still. It was pretty horrific. And After that, he was with the Clippers, and we brought him here on a 4-year, $211 million deal, and he didn't play all last year. We got Embiid right now for a 3-year, $192.9 million contract. Okay. He's playing 50% of the games. You're never going to know when he's going to play, when he's not going to play. But again, the Sixers is okay with that as their star player to play 50% of the games. I think I wish I could go to work every other day and get paid. I'm sure everybody else listening can resonate to that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I understand there's management to preserve the players. But, dude, like, you're at a 3-year, $200 million contract, and you're playing 50% of the game. When we get to the playoffs, every game matters. So, like, oh, we win a game, lose a game, win it. So, the way my brain works, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but the way I'm looking at it is that you're going to play 50% of the playoff games. I hope that's not the fact. I hope that's just where my brain is going. But from what we're being put out to the public, that's not true. But holy shit, man, that first game was crazy. Yo, big up to Tyrese and VJ. Killing it. Yo, Maxi's a menace. I'm a huge fan of him. He is such a fast, fun player to watch. He's so polite, courteous. He's not, he is who he is. And I appreciate that about him. Dude put up 40 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. VJ came in, 34 points, 7 rebounds, shooting 50% right from the field at 13 out of 26 shots, 5 of 13 from deep. Most points scored since 1974, and most by a 76er. These two guys put up 74 of our points to beat the Celtics. Now, the East is wide open. I mean, Tatum wasn't in. We have a lot of injuries, but I don't care. You got to go off of who's out there and who's playing. And we played our asses off. And I understand it was one game, but to not have, Paul George in there and, Embiid, he did his thing, but these two guys powered it, man. I mean, it's amazing to watch. It was cool to watch, man. If you guys don't know anything about VJ Edgecombe, I mean, the guy grew up in the Bahamas, man. He lived off a generator for 7 years. This dude's got hunger, man. He's got heart. Like, he wants it. And I want that, man. I think the city needs that type of energy, not somebody that's just sitting there, 100 millionaire that wants to play every other day and can possibly play and possibly not play. I want a dog. And I think we all want dogs, man. And I say that in a good way. I want just that hunger, man. I just want them to go out there and just bring it, just frame to frame every single fucking game. And I think we got it with these two guys. So I do like the Sixers organization that they picked up 2 guys on that. And you think like who Tyrese Maxey had as like a mentor. I mean, we had James Harden. I was so hyped. Dude, I'm such a sucker sometimes. I was so hyped. I'm like, yeah, James Harden. Dude, the dude was like in slow-mo, man. He looked like he smoked a blunt before he fucking ran on the thing. Like, he was just not like fast. It was crazy. But yeah, one game. I'm excited. Another thing I want to talk about too was when Tobias Harris was here. He got a lot of hate. He did, and I feel like his role was to be the behind the scenes role. So he went to Detroit. Dude, I seen a whole different man. Dude's out there screaming, like showing intensity, like that anger, that hunger. I hope it's not suppressed in that locker room, guys, because I think you guys have the talent and you have a wide open East right now, and I think that. Again, I want you guys to do it, man. I'm not when I talk my shit, I'm not saying it because I'm coming from a place of hate. I'm saying it because I get annoyed, and a lot of people are like me. So, with that said, we got a couple games coming up. We had the Hornets Sixers on October 25th at 7:30. You got Magics at the Sixers October 27th at 7. Sixers at Wizards October 28th at 7 p.m. And on Halloween, we got Celtics at the Sixers at 7. For the NBA Cup. I don't know if anybody's aware of this NBA Cup. It's like an in-season tournament to win a secondary trophy. They get like cool new jerseys and they redo their court. I don't know. I guess it's the game viewership. I'm not going to stop my Halloween things to just watch a NBA Cup game. I mean, I'll watch it if it's on. If I'm at a party. Some of you guys met my brother on the last episode. He's going to throw an awesome party. I can't wait to go. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just reaching. I think it's unnecessary. I think that people would watch the game anyway. Celtics versus Sixers. I don't think they need an NBA Cup to make that happen, to be honest. So moving on, we're going to go to Flyers here. Give me 1 second here, guys. And this segment is going to be brought by Dom and Me. Is located in Springfield, Pennsylvania. I don't know if anybody's ever been to this restaurant. It's very unique, one of a kind, amazing food. It was an old bank that has been renovated from the ground up for an amazing restaurant, good neighborhood bar. Steve DeVito, the owner, has done a great job over there. Me personally, I get the shrimp Lejeune. I like the veal Oscar. I like the stuffed mushrooms. Can't go wrong. Just check it on out. Like I said, it's local. It's on Saxor Ave. Again, if you're around the way, you want to give them a try. Good food. So the Flyers, nice. I needed them to win the next 2 games after my last podcast. They did it, man. They went back to back. Very happy them boys. They ended up beating Minnesota 2-1 in OT. Seattle 5-2. They lose to Claude Giroux and the Senators, but I mean, look, Giroux was our captain at one time. You know, he's the alternate on Ottawa. But I mean, they played him tough. They lost 2-1, and you think that the Minnesota win 2-1 was nice. If you guys caught that, Tippett got a goal, and Forster, dude, in overtime they're going up there. He just led the whole way. He just choreographed the fuck out of it, and they got the goal in the win, man. It was a dope way to end it. I like watching that game. Seattle, they just gave it. They made Seattle look like a smacked ass. You know what I mean? They weren't ready for that, but it was nice. It was fun to watch. I mean, Rick Tocchet got these guys playing, and if you look at like where we are at, yes, I understand. You got the Devils and Hurricanes are at 6-1 top of it. You know, up until that point, they were 3-1, going from 1-1. Are we at the top of the division now? But for me, what separates me from the Flyers and from the Sixers is that the Sixers are making a lot of money right now. I mean, they're making, they're still paying. You know, the Flyers, they're competitive, and yes, on paper, you know, they are outmatched at times. And I'm not saying that because I believe it. I'm just saying if you look at it, I mean, facts are facts. But man, these guys are playing tough and they're competitive, and that's what I ask for as a fan. Just give it to me. Like, I can deal if you lose, but I just don't want no half-ass shit. Like, no one wants that. If you're gonna lose, at least like damn, you gave it all. And I feel like the Flyers are doing that. Even if they do get, you know, smoked, it's gonna happen. I don't think they did it on purpose. I don't think they gave up. I think they gave it what they had. And I think that, you know, they got a raw deal, man. They had to play the Panthers, who were champion, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, like 2 times, like, you know, out of crazy. But yeah, I mean, Forster, Tippett, Konechny, Courtier, no, keep doing it, man. I mean, you renewed my faith this year. And again, I'm not saying that I'm going to watch every game, but I'm definitely going to turn it on more. I mean, the way you guys are playing compared to what I've seen, I'm very happy with it. So, if anybody else wants to give them a watch, we got the Islanders at the Flyers October 25th at 12:30. I got the Penguins at the Flyers October 28th at 6. And we got the Predators at the Flyers October 30th at 7 p.m. And everyone see Carson Wentz get his ass spanked. It was a lot closer than I wanted it, though. Again, a win is a win. A.J. Brown, you throw the rock. Hey, you throw the rock, you win the game. Look what the fuck happened. 28-22. It's a shame. A.J. Brown killed it, and now he's out this week against the fucking Giants. And we have a lot of injuries in this game. But one person that wasn't in the last game that's in the game now is Jalen Carter. And Jalen Carter's going to apply that fucking pressure to Dart. Can't let Scatterboo do what he did last time. It just can't happen. You cannot let this kid, and he's a man, definitely a player. Again, as a fan of the game, if I seen Scatterboo running in a Birds jersey, I'd be all for it, man. But I need him to get stopped. We need to just get on it. Last I looked at it, the spread was 7.5. 7.5 we're giving the Giants after we just lost by 17. So either there's talk behind the scenes that they figured it out, but with all these injuries, it's hard for me to ride with that. I mean, I want to see it. I mean, who wouldn't want to see it as a fan? But I don't know. But Jalen Carter and Kobe Dean coming back, it's going to be nice. They're definitely need their redemption. And I know these New York fans are going to be coming down here, and they're going to be just overwhelmed by the amount of fucking fans that we're going to have. But the Eagles are a little shaky. I mean, if you look what Carson Wentz did against the Chargers beat their ass. Like they served them, man. Like they clapped them bad, and we gave them a game. So, but I mean, the Giants let 33 fucking points up. Anyone catch that Denver Giants game last week? The Giants let up 33 points in the fourth quarter, most ever in the NFL, which is insane. I've never, everybody I've talked to, it don't matter where you come from, when you were born, it's unheard of for that to happen. It is crazy. It could happen to a better team. It's just ironic though, like the two teams that beat us, the Broncos and the Giants, it happened against them. But Bo Nix is a player. I mean, he definitely. I loved it when they did the post game. They're like, "You want to say anything?" Like, sorry for the fans that left early. I mean, I would have left early too. I mean, if you're down by that much points, but again, we got to fuck up the Giants, and they're going to come in here and they're going to have all the swag that they need, and it's just got to be a redemption game. It's just got to happen. I don't know how anything else I could say about it. I mean, we're on at 1 o'clock, not a primetime game, and the fans are going to be there. There's a lot of good tailgates that are down there too. I mean, people are going to be rocking. So I'm not going to say Giants are going to win. I'm going to say the Birds are going to win, and I think it's going to fall on Saquon a little bit. I mean, he's definitely going to have to take the brunt of it. We need Dotson to get in there. And we're going to rely on our tight ends, We're going to have to rely on a lot of our team. And Jalen, I mean, he's going to have to just do it for us. He's going to have to run the rock more. And I just want to see Dart get shook. I want to see fucking Carter just crush him. And once we do that, I think he's going to be scrambled up. Because then when you watch the Denver game, the minute they start losing the momentum, they kind of were shook. They were playing on their heels. So we just got to take that confidence. And I think the last time what happened was they had the confidence off the rip and they just never lost it. We just ripped their jugular off from the rip, man. We just ripped their throats out, and then we just don't ever look back. So last thing we're going to talk about is the NBA Mafia arrests. This is a story that came out a couple days ago. I think it's very interesting. What I need people to understand, and people that know, gambling and athletes is like peas and carrots. Okay? It will never stop. You look at the Ohtani scandal. You look at the reason, like Pete Rose even, So my issue with this is that they said that the people that were scammed, Chauncey Billups was paid $50K to sit in for a game for these millionaires, like these whales, to come in and lose their money, and that the games were fixed. Newsflash, every fucking game you go to in a hotel room with a bunch of strangers has a possibility of being fixed. Period. What do you think? You're just going to go in there with $1 million fucking dollars and you're going to take someone's $1 million? Nah, you're the mark, dude. And you lost, one guy lost $1.8 million. $1.8 million. Because you lose 100 fucking K, you call it a day. Where's your people at telling you to chill the fuck out? What I think that is wrong is that, yes, I understand that if you're going to do a card game, you're going to do this, you want to do it the right way. But people are dumb. And when people allow things to happen, unfortunately, I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just, I know we all like to live in this little bubble that everybody's on the honor system. But if you have $1.8 million you can lose, and you have a sucker mentality, and somebody can tell you that you're a sucker, they're going to take your money. So anybody that listens to this or knows somebody that's like a degenerate gambler that could possibly put themselves in a situation to lose money on situations where they shouldn't be there, it's probably a good idea not to do that. You look at Terry Rozier. They're saying, oh, he blew a couple games, did that. College athletes in D1 are now to fucking do sports gambling. They made it okay in certain areas where they can actually bet. So then eventually they're going to become athletes. They're, a small percentage of these college kids, they're eventually going to become professionals. And they're still going to have friends that are in college. And they're going to give this information down to the people. There's nothing that's going to stop what's going on. Because this happened, it's just going to get smarter. I think it's funny that the guy that lost his money found out and then decided to tell on him. And I get that. He was bitter about it. He was sour. Shit, I would have been. But again, you lost all that money on your own. And there was many, 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 many times before the time that you realized that you fucked up, that you could have stopped, but you knew with something inside, you just kept going. And I bet you that person that lost all that money to this illegal gambling ring and whatever, he's going to lose money to somebody else legally. Not even like on some crazy stuff. They're going to lose again. So just know this. When you watch games and you see things and you think things look funny, again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know for sure. But I know human element. And it's 100% part of the games. So enjoy games for what they are. If you do bet, win your little bit of money. But don't bet over your head. And don't go in some fucking weird-ass house to bet on a card game with a bunch of strangers that are going to take your money. Because the mafia might put it in their pocket. Well, thank you all for joining me. Again, thank you so much for the support. Again, I'm doing a side thing. If you know anybody that is a fan of a team that's not Philadelphia, I don't know if you guys see me and my brother. Again, love the kid. That's just me and him talking. But definitely would not, if you want to come here, we can sit there and talk and just understand I won't come at you like that. We'll definitely have a good time. But I really want to hear people's stories. And I think there's people out there that would love to hear your story as well. So until then, go Birds, go Union. I'll see you guys next week.